Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to W.M.S.T. episode number 33. We've got a small crew here tonight. Uh, Let me introduce you first to the editor-in-chief, Ziggler. What up, Ziggler?
Yo, what's up? This weekend's gonna be fun as hell. We got Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 2 and Clash of Champions. Should be fun.
Yeah, let's get it, man. And we've got everybody's favorite weirdo and mine, Cam. What it do, baby? What up, Cam?
Only a select amount of people are gonna get it. Are gonna get this. I
Yeah,
didn't steal Stokely Hathaway's CD player.
yeah, that's true. All right, so uh, for our first topic today, I'm going to review it Chapter 2 as I got the chance to see it today. Since the movie has been out for a week, this is going to be a spoiler review. I repeat, this is going to be a spoiler talk for it Chapter 2. So if you haven't seen it, skip on over to the next topic. Uh, so, I, First off, I really enjoyed it Chapter 2. I know it's gotten some mixed reviews to mostly positive, but I don't know, but like I really enjoyed it. I thought the movie was really awesome. This movie definitely felt like kind of like a horror genre's Avengers Endgame. The way the team was recruited back to get them back to Derry and fight Pennywise again. I thought it definitely gave that Endgame kind of vibe in that sense. Uh, so the few scenes, there's actually a lot of scenes I really liked in the movie. Uh, so the beginning scene of this movie, where the gay couple gets attacked and Pennywise shows up and just eats the guy's heart and just dips. That scene was really cool. As soon as that scene happened, I was like, yeah, this is definitely the tone they're going for in the movie. And I was hooked on right after that scene. And yeah, that's another thing. I think Andy Muschietti did a really good job directing the movie. I think uh, the scenes where it's supposed to be very closed in and a very small space, the characters, like for example, that scene where Jessica Chastain's character Beverly gets trapped in a bathroom where she's drowning in her own blood. That scene was was really awesome. Like the way it was shot, it was like you were almost in that room drowning with her. I think he did a really good job with a lot of scenes like that. It was a lot of really good camera placements, and that's really important. And especially with horror movies. And horror movies are not something I watch a lot. Like I know there's a lot of horror buffs out there who probably know way more about the genre than me. But the few times I do see horror movies, I'm always impressed uh, with the camera work, and I think this movie was no exception. Uh, so when Mike was recruiting the team to bring them back to Derry, I liked how it showed everybody and what they were, where they were at during their lives, 27 years after they defeated Pennywise. I thought that was some good stuff of how every character is different and where they're placed. Like for example, James McAvoy's character, Bill, is a writer, and the big joke with him is that he can't come up with a good ending for his novels or his movies. I, I think that was definitely like a riff on Stephen King because he's Stephen King is known for not having satisfying ending. So I thought his character was kind of uh, like a Stephen King kind of character. Like I thought that was pretty funny. Uh, so let me think another one. So okay, so I'm not gonna go too much into a lot of the characters and what they're doing, but Beverly being with her husband, who is honestly way more abusive than uh, I mean, he's such a bad guy. Like he's so bad. I'm like, this guy is literally worse than Pennywise and her own father, who abused her like hell when she was little. I was like, why are you with him? But it kind of made sense because she was used to being abused throughout her life, so she ended up choosing a partner who was abusive as well. So Mike gets the whole team back, and the scene where the team comes back and they're just chatting and catching up, that was some good stuff. That scene had, like, I had a smile on my face the whole time when the team was just catching up and the losers club was just back and they were just, having fun, just riffing on each other, just having fun. But this is the scene that kind of scared me. Like, this was the scariest scene in the whole movie, because a lot of scenes I felt in this movie were suspenseful or straight up like badass, but this scene, it really creeped me out. So they're at this restaurant, they're opening the um, fortune cookies, and they're placing these words together. So actually, before that scene, what happened was Stanley, one of the characters who was supposed to meet them, didn't make it there because Stanley ended up killing himself because he wasn't ready to face Pennywise. So they opened these fortune cookies and they read out the words, and like they were getting one letter words in the fortune cookies, and it read out something like, I don't remember what it was exactly, but it read out like, guess Stanley couldn't make it or something like that. And then the fortune cookies, like there was a whole box of them, like they started cracking up themselves and some like weird creatures started coming out of them. And of course this was like all their illusions. And that scene was crazy. Like these random creatures were like attacking them. Like a thing would open and it was like a spider baby or something. Like it was just some crazy animations for that scene. Scene definitely scared me
Can
the
I
most.
ask something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Have you watched the miniseries with Tim Curry?
Tim Curry. I have seen a few scenes on YouTube, but I haven't watched it from like beginning to end.
I know why because of how long it is, but it's main what just you're talking about the Chinese food scene with the fortune cookies. That's the same scene it happens in the miniseries, kind of beat for beat for it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. The Chinese restaurant where they were eating. Yeah, that's good job. Yeah, like that scene definitely creeped me out. Uh, and then the team was actually after that point, the team, instead of being together, a lot of them were contemplating going back because they didn't really want to face Pennywise, especially Bill Hader's character Richie. He did not want to do anything with Pennywise, so he was definitely just ready to leave. Uh, but of course he didn't. But he like it just showed like, hey, you're adults, you can literally just leave. Back then when you were kids, you can't leave, but now you can. So that showed like, hey, we're ready to fight uh, Pennywise kind of thing. Let me think about the other scene that I really liked. Actually, James McAvoy's character Bill, I felt like his arc was really sad. A lot of people haven't really talked about him in their review, but I felt like I mean, this goes without saying, but James McAvoy did a really good job. But I felt really bad for his character. Like he was blaming himself for the death of his brother Georgie, who died in the beginning of It Chapter One. So uh, that was really sad. And then the scene and this scene was actually shown in the trailer, where they go into the carnival and they go into the glass maze, and he's trying to find the kid who's going into the Pennywise's trap. That scene was that scene was badass. Like literally, he found the kid and he was banging against the glass, and then Pennywise was right behind the kid, literally banging his head on the glass, trying to break the glass to get to the kid. And I mean, you already know, Pennywise literally shattered that glass, ate the kid alive, like literally just ate it right in front of Bill. Like, I mean, it's pretty fucked up, but like, it's it is what it is. You know, kids dying. It's I know it's really bad to say, but that was really awesome. And then I think after that scene is when the team finally got together, and this was the third act. They went back to that old creepy house where Pennywise was at, and this. So Mike was like, that's where they were gonna do their ritual, and in that house is where Eddie ends up dying. He thought he killed Pennywise, but Pennywise ended up coming back to life and just killing Eddie, and that was the end of Eddie. I felt really bad for Eddie. He was really scared of Pennywise even as an adult, but uh, yeah, the guy was definitely taking a beating, and he ended up dying. Uh, and Pennywise had this like Pennywise's final form was like really weird. Like it was him and his big head and his big body, and then he had like these huge spider legs. So he was like basically his boss level form, with him being like a huge spider with his face and body. Kill him, and eventually they keep calling him all these names. Then they call him a clown multiple times. Then he gets to a size of a baby, and Mike just reaches into uh, Pennywise's heart and just rips it out, and they all just crush his heart, and that's the end of Pennywise. And then the gang ends up going back to the lake, just like the first movie, and just having fun there, and just remembering all the good times. And that was pretty much it. No pun intended. Then they all just uh, then they all just ended up going back to their lives, and yeah, it was actually a really good ending. Even though Stanley and Eddie didn't end up making it, you know, there had to be some people who died, and it ended up being them. Overall,
So,
wait, yeah, go ahead.
so I heard that like it was like too long and it like dragged a lot.
I personally felt like the parts where the team was not together is kind of where it dragged, but I kind of get why they did it. Like, because for the ritual uh, of killing Pennywise, they had to go back to things they remember from their childhood and get a
Yeah.
token of the things they're afraid of. So when
So
they
you're so
when
you're saying like every scene's there for like a reason, and
yeah,
you wouldn't cut anything out.
I honestly wouldn't. Like maybe I would cut some flashbacks out, but that would maybe cut like 10 to maybe 15 minutes from the movie, because the flashbacks didn't really add anything to the movie, because we've kind of seen it, because they were like deleted scenes from the first so maybe I would delete those. But like if you haven't seen it, I think those are like good kind of like reminders of why they're doing what they're doing. So I thought it was completely fine. uh yeah, I know like a lot of people had some other negative thoughts on the movie. I didn't really find the negatives as bad as a lot of people put it. But the other thing negative I had with the movie was I don't think there was enough Pennywise, and I get it. Like the first movie was a lot of Pennywise, and this one wasn't. It was kind of like a Thanos situation where Infinity War was Thanos's movie, and then Endgame was more about the team and stuff. So I think this was definitely uh, it kind of ended up being the same situation. Pennywise, I mean, Bill Skarsgård was really awesome in this movie. Like the scene where it's him just like there was a scene where Beverly was went back to her house and she had this nightmare scenario. Uh, she was watching Pennywise put on his makeup. Like it was Bill Skarsgård. He was putting on the white makeup. It was like I think it was a shot in the trailer. Like he was putting on the makeup and talking to her. That was really awesome. Like that definitely gave me like chills. So his performance was really great. I do kind of wish he was in the movie a little bit more. Sometimes you would actually even forget that he was in the movie, kind of in a way. Uh, But yeah, I kind of wish he was in the movie a little bit more. So with that, I would give the movie a good 8.5 out of 10. I thought this was definitely a great time at the theaters. Definitely didn't really feel long. I was watching it with my brother and sister, and they thought this was the runtime was definitely not an issue. It felt they were like it didn't really feel like 3 hours. So yeah, I thought it was a great time and a really good ending to the It series. So yeah, my final rating is an 8.5 out of 10. All right, and here is Tyler with his review for uh, It Chapter 2. And this is a spoiler review, so go ahead, Tyler.
It Chapter 2 is a pretty good movie. It had some really good moments, but it also had some really bad moments, which I'll get to later, especially toward the end. Um, a very good positive was the characters in this movie. I feel like I don't know all the actors' names. Um, I know James McAvoy. I know Bill Hader. That's all I know really. I don't know the other names, but their acting really it made me actually like care for the characters. When I saw the first It movie, I didn't really care for most of the kids. I couldn't even remember their names really, but the adult actors, I really enjoyed their performances, and I the casting for them just it seems like they were the same people as the child actors. Like their acting is perfect. They act just like the how the children acted in the first movie. But some of the best scenes were the Pennywise scenes. Obviously, my favorite one was with Beverly, with the old lady. It was very unsettling. You could tell something was up. If you saw the teaser trailer, you knew what was happening. So that scene was great. It built up some tension. You also got to see Pennywise in that scene without the makeup, which I thought was really cool. Really cool scene there. And then you had some callbacks to the first movie during the third act with the bathroom stall with Beverly and stuff like that. The dinner scene where they all meet up for the first time after the 27 years. That's a good scene where they all just connect. They have a good time. I think that's kind of where I started liking the characters a lot more, just because you can actually see their connection. And now that they're back together, they're actually like you can tell they're actually like a group of friends. Unlike in the first movie, they kind of just hung out. I don't know once. Some of the kids only once, but like I said, some of the bad parts. I'll just say the main one that's on my mind. The ending on how they killed Pennywise was. I thought it was really stupid. I've never saw the miniseries or read the book, so I don't know what the source is. But Pennywise is this demonic creature clown that is like one of the most powerful beings in the world, basically, in this universe. And he dies by the kids basically bullying him, or well, not the kids, the adults basically bullying him and just talking him down to him becoming a baby. I thought that was really just silly, honestly. I feel like there could have been a better way to do it, but again, like I said, I don't know what the book ending is like or the miniseries. But I feel like that was just a silly way to kill Pennywise. They ripped his heart out of his baby, of Pennywise's baby self, and crushed it. I felt like that was really cheesy. And the act, or not the acting, the relationship between Richie and Eddie, I believe it was, that was a good relationship, and you could see that they actually had a connection there. And it was kind of sad when Eddie died. Not terribly sad, but you could feel a little bit for him. But like I said, my main positive is the cast, the characters, their relationship. And my main negatives is my main negative, I guess, would be how Pennywise died at the end. I thought that was really silly. But my score is a 7 out of 10, a little lower than it Chapter 1. They're both 7 out of 10s in my eyes. But those movies together are pretty good, like 5-6 hour little series, I guess. I don't know what you'd call a 2 movie series. But yeah, I give it a 7 out of 10. That's all I got.
Oh, okay, sounds good. All right, so with that, the average score for W.M.S.T for It Chapter 2 is a 7.7 out of 10. So yeah, me too. I really ended up enjoying It Chapter 2, and like Tyler told me in the chat, if you enjoyed It Chapter 1, then you would definitely be satisfied
Yeah,
with It Chapter 2.
it's very similar. I say if you see the first one, you should definitely see this one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but it was actually kind of fun seeing like an end game kind of hype for a horror movie. Even though I'm not a really a horror fan, but it was kind of
Yeah,
cool to see that same hype.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool. And
yeah,
they made a lot of money, I think.
yeah. Like I think 100 million domestic and like I think 185 or I don't know, it's like 200 million worldwide in the first weekend. Something
Yeah,
like
I
that.
know the first weekend was a lot.
Yeah. So yeah, they're gonna make around probably the same amount they made for the first one, which was like 700 million. Pretty cool.
Was that accurate on that final form gif?
Yeah, that I think that is pretty accurate. Yeah. Like he has multiple legs and like his head is really big. Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
He's a spider.
I know, right?
This was from a SpongeBob episode, so I just like I was thinking of the you were saying describing it as like, wait a minute, didn't I see this from one of those episodes? And
Yeah.
then I ended up trying to hunt for the gif.
Oh, yeah, I just remembered this one scene that I don't know, I started laughing uncontrollably after watching the scene. Yeah, Tyler, you remember that scene where they saw the three doors? It was like scary, not
Yeah,
scary. Yeah. And then they open the door with the not scary and it's like there's like a puppy standing in front,
yeah,
like inside the door.
What wasn't that in the first one?
Yeah,
yeah.
there was
That was the
another
first.
one in this one.
Oh, all right.
It was just a callback, and then after that scene, um, they go through the very scary door, thinking it's reverse psychology, and it's even scarier. So they're like, next time we're going through just regular scary. Next
That's
time.
I thought I think that
That
was
was
like
funny, yeah.
unintentionally funny. But then the dog, like I don't know, when the dog became the monster thing, I could not stop laughing.
Also, what was the when Eddie? I think it was Eddie who went downstairs in the little store, and the monster like threw up on him. I don't know what.
Yeah,
Why did
yeah.
Angel of the Morning?
Yeah, I'm like, this ain't Deadpool. Why is that song playing? That was so
It played for
random.
like 3 seconds. That was it.
Yeah, I was like, I was like, for 3 seconds, I'm like, man, am I watching a Deadpool movie? I'm like, God
Yeah, that
damn.
was confusing.
Yeah, I thought they kind of wanted it to be funny. I think that's why they added the song, and it felt really random though.
Yeah, that was random.
Yeah. All right. So in in some breaking news, we had uh, James Gunn revealed the cast of Suicide Squad. Now there are a lot of names to go through, but returning for the Suicide Squad, which is supposed to be a soft reboot of the original Suicide Squad, it's going to be so Margot Robbie's obviously returning as Harley Quinn. Uh, Jack Courtney is going to return as Captain Boomerang. Viola Davis is returning as Amanda Waller. and Joel Kinnaman is going to return, reprise his role as Rick Flag. So those are the 4 confirmed returns from the original Suicide Squad. So it's not a different team because we still have a lot of the members from the old team. Now the new cast was announced, but what roles the new cast is playing is actually has not been revealed. So of course the big one, of course, is John Cena. He was revealed to be part of the Suicide Squad. And he's rumored to be playing a character named Peacemaker. And from what I've read, he's not an anti-hero. He's just a hero who goes up against dictators or something like that. I mean, I guess I could see that kind of character being part of the Suicide Squad. I don't know. But yeah, pretty interesting. I don't know. That's still a rumor though, so not confirmed. Then you have Nathan Fillion being part of the Suicide Squad, which is like, holy cow, this dude has been uh, rumored to play so many awesome roles in movies, and I'm really happy he finally got a chance to be in a DC movie. I mean, a live action Uncharted would be really awesome with him, but you know, uh, he's part of the DC verse now, which is really cool. Then you have Sean Gunn in the movie too. I don't know if he's playing a character in the movie or if he's gonna CGI, because he does the CGI for Rocket in the MCU, so I don't know if he's gonna do
Well, he also
CGI.
plays Kraglin too, or
Oh yeah,
Kraglin.
yeah, Kraglin. Yeah, he plays Kraglin too. He wasn't in Infinity War, but he was in, I think, Endgame. I think, but I don't know.
They cut him out in Endgame.
Yeah,
They
they
replaced
did.
him with Groot.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, then surprisingly, you had Pete Davidson being announced, the comedian from SNL. I have no idea what role he would be playing in a superhero movie. I think he might be more of a side character. I really can't see him as a superhero. And Thor: Love and Thunder director Taika Waititi is also part of the cast. I mean, this cast it's crazy. Taika Waititi. I don't know if Marvel's okay with him actually appearing in the movie as himself, or maybe he's doing like a voiceover for a character. Who knows? Honestly, I kind of wish we had some roles revealed for the characters, but we only have the cast so far. And one strong rumor going around is Steve Agee, who was announced as part of the cast, is rumored to be playing King Shark. Like apparently that's a really strong rumor, so he's probably going to be playing King Shark in the movie. Idris Elba is announced for the movie, which was actually really expected. It was either going to be this one or Green Lantern, and I guess he ended up choosing this role. Some suggestions I've heard is either he's going to replace Will Smith as Deadshot, or he's going to end up being uh, Bronze Tiger from DC. So I mean, I don't think Bronze Tiger was a big part of Suicide Squad, but he was kind of like an anti-hero. So I think he can be that character. And finally, Michael Rooker is also part of the cast, which is pretty funny. Even though he denied being in the Suicide Squad, they announced him as part of the cast. So Ziggler, what were your thoughts on the cast reveals and which is a standout to you?
Yeah, I actually heard a rumor that Michael Rooker was gonna play King Shark. So I don't know, but yeah, there are lots of rumors about this kind of stuff, So, but yeah, I would actually want Michael Rooker to play King Shark. And the big surprise for me was actually John Cena and Idris Elba. I mean, I did not expect these two to be in this movie. I know there were rumors about Idris Elba joining, but I don't know. I just didn't. I just didn't expect it really. I honestly wanted him to play Green Lantern, but I guess that's not happening now. Fuck. But yeah, John Cena was definitely a big surprise to me. No idea who he's gonna play. Maybe he's gonna play Killer Croc, or I mean, I thought about this like a few hours ago. Maybe Bane, because he's just so fucking big. So I don't know. I've imagined John Cena as like a Bizarro, but I know Bizarro's not like a Suicide Squad thing. So, and yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy that Viola Davis is returning. Hopefully, they actually do something with her, because Viola Davis is one of the greatest actresses working today. So her as Amanda Waller should be great. And also Taika Waititi's in this movie. What the fuck? Where did that come from? Okay. I mean, I guess that's cool and all. He's most likely going to be a CGI'd character, like Syed said. So
Like Korg.
yeah. So that'll be fun. Maybe he's gonna be Killer Croc. I don't know. I actually can't imagine it being Killer Croc. It'd be funny though. And of course, Margot Robbie's returning as Harley Quinn, which we all know because she's still doing Birds of Prey. And I believe Birds of Prey will tie into the Suicide Squad. I'm not sure. Will it?
That is correct.
Yeah. So, yeah, hopefully it ties in good. Hopefully it's not like, I don't know, like a shitty tie-in. But yeah, I actually, since James Gunn is writing and directing this movie, I'm actually excited for this one, you know? And I know the script is not gonna be written in 6 weeks, so that's good. James Gunn is actually gonna put some care into this, because he's James fucking Gunn, you know? So yeah. This movie's gonna be fun, hopefully. And it's definitely gonna be, I mean, how can it be any worse than the original Suicide Squad? How can it be any worse? So
It could be worse if everybody just dies in the movie.
oh, oh my. But yeah, I don't see this being any worse. I mean, we have the guy behind Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's what they were trying to do with the original Suicide Squad, is be like the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now they actually have the guy behind Guardians of the Galaxy, so it's most likely going to be like that, even more. So, yeah, those are my thoughts.
Yeah, at the least, it's guaranteed to be better than the first Suicide Squad. And Cam, your thoughts on the cast that was revealed and your standouts?
Standouts right out of the gate: Taika, Idris Elba, and Cena. Like, I wasn't even really expecting Taika or Cena at all. Cena in general, we lost him. He's not coming back anytime soon. Between this and Fast 9, he's not showing up anytime soon. But other than that, here's hoping that this movie is actually going to be good and not going to be a half-assed movie. Basically just thrown out there with no care at all.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, it looks really promising, and actually the filming is going to begin this month, actually. So that's pretty cool. And looks like it will meet the August 2021 release date.
Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed that video, and make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And click on the channel to check out some more awesome videos, like our movie and wrestling debates, and our interviews with people like the Wrestling Classic and Jordan Jomo from the IGWC. And we are definitely looking into delivering you all some more content in the near future, so definitely be on the lookout for that. And thank you for your support.